Hey y'all, I am on my way to Aldi's right quick because I forgot to save out the soup I'm making tonight. I'm going to bring y'all along and show you how it's done. I got it from the cookbook that Jonah and Denise sent me from their church. And I was flipping through, and I saw this soup, and I'm like, that soup spoke to me because they're in New Jersey. And I'm telling you, this woman who had this recipe in there, she must be a Southern transplant because it's got collard greens and black-eyed peas. That was up my alley. So I said, you know I got to make that. So it calls for some collard greens, and I had collard greens for supper Friday, and I was supposed to save some out, and I didn't. So I'm just going to go to Aldi's and grab some spinach and just wilt the spinach in there. And it won't be as Southern, but I think it'll do. And anyway, I just wanted to take this quick moment to show you a couple more Happy Meals. There we go. There's that Happy Meal again. Happy Mails that I was going to show you this weekend, and I completely forgot. So the first one is a card. Can you see over the sun? That sun is terrible. It comes in bright and then it's overcast, but it's still. But it says, thinking of you, hope sunshine finds you, and this card reminds you you're thought about today and every day. And then it's got a nice little, note in there. And that is from Joni, and I think it's my own. That's how I think you pronounce it. So, Joni, if it's wrong, I apologize. So, thank you for my card. I appreciate that. Then I also went out to do something, and there was a package. Instead of putting it at the front of my door on this side where you open it so I could see it, it was laid up against the brick wall on the porch behind the door, and it was dark brown like the brick. Well, I saw that, and I'm thinking, well, did you order something you forgot? Because I am all the time forgetting. No joke, I forget. Pulled it open, and I saw this, and I knew it wasn't nothing I ordered. Then there was this little note. Hi, Kim, just because, Brenda. This is from Brenda Lindsay. She sent me, and I have it on, and I hope you can see it through the sun. Is it blurry? I can't tell y'all. I'm sorry. You see how that's doing? Okay. That is fighting against me. You got this. That's what it says. And it is adjustable so it fits my big old arm. I was so excited. I didn't think I could ever wear jewelry until I lost weight because my hands are so big and my arms are so big. Even my neck is so big. I can't wear a lot of necklaces just because I'm so big and it's like a choker. So I was excited to see that there was some jewelry I could wear that just makes you feel good. Kind of, because you can wear some jewelry. Things that people take for granted. There's just all kind of little things like that. So thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Joni. Thank you, everybody else that has sent things and comments. And, I tell you all that all the time. So I appreciate it. And I just wanted to share that with you. Now I'm going to get my air conditioner on because it is suffocatingly hot. I have this sweater on. And I should have just shucked it before I even got in the car. So let me head to the store. And when I come back, it'll be later on this afternoon. But we'll start cooking right now. Alright, we're going to get started. I've got my soup pot over here preheating because I'm going to have to do this in a couple steps. The first thing I did was, and I switched this recipe up a little bit. And it's making a mess here, but it's the Hillshire Farm Turkey Polska kielbasa. It's dripping. And I'm just going to use the whole thing, because I just don't know that I'll have a use for if I use half of it. And so this is, you can see, I'm not exactly the best little chopper in all of Texas. Y'all know which movie I'm talking about. So, you can't see my pot, but I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in it. I'm going to add my entire 13 ounces of sausage. Onion, I already had this in the fridge. I'm probably going to use most of that. Onion is one of those subjective things. I think people have a love-hate relationship with onions. I love them. Love them in everything. So put as many or as little as you like. And then I'm going to add some minced garlic. I'm just gonna, just dump some in there, which I'm about out. If I'm not careful, the whole thing will jump in the pot. So while that's cooking, I'm going to peel and chop one potato. I think that's all I want to do. I'll look and see when it chops up. I'm gonna weigh it after I peel it. I'll see once I chop it up if it looks like I want more, and then I'll add more, but I'll weigh it before I put it in so we can get a better measurement at the end. And then the recipe calls for collard greens, and like I told you, I forgot to save them out when I cooked them Friday, so I just went and got some just plain old spinach, and it looks like, yeah, some of them don't have the stems and some of them do. I'm gonna stack them up and cut the stems off. In some instances, I think it's fine, but I think in this particular soup, I don't know that I want the stems in it. So while this is cooking, I'm gonna do that, and then when I come back, I'll bring everything else out that goes into it. Okay, let me see if you can see. I don't know how the light is, but I browned them and got the onions soft. It smells so good too. Now I just took it off the burner. I left my burner on because we're going to pop it right back over there, but I just put it over here. So first of all, it's not sizzling and you cannot hear. And second of all, so you can see what all we putting in it. Oh, brother. I have 2 cans of chicken broth, and use any kind of chicken broth you want to use. Fat-free, sodium-free, plain. I got 2 cans of those. This is a really easy soup, but like I said in my intro when I saw it, I knew I had to make it because I know that woman is a transplant. 2.5 cups of just plain old water. Then I'm going to add, I know there's salt in the broth, but the potatoes will need some, so I'm just going to put a little extra. Just a little extra. Then this is 1 can of, where is it? Just regular old black-eyed peas, rinsed and drained and rinsed. I think it's the order you might have to go. Now this was that 1 potato, and it is 7.55 ounces, and it looks like it's going to be plenty. Then the only other thing I have is the spinach. This is, let me wipe that up. I'm sorry. This is just 2 big handfuls out of that bag. And I picked the stems off, except for like little baby ones. Rough chopped it, no rhyme or reason to it. And to get a reference, this is one of those old Tupperware cereal bowls. So that's how much fresh spinach we're putting in. So now, all we got to do, look in there how pretty it is. It's very pretty. Isn't that pretty? We're going to put it back on the burner, bring it to the boil, put it down a little bit, let it simmer until the potatoes are done. The spinach will be wilted by then. And guess what? We have supper. My kind of meal. So let me scooch it over there and be back in a minute. Okay, I'm having to do this quickly before my husband comes to eat. My video that I filmed, the whole ending, was corrupted. I kept trying and trying and trying. Come to find out, my big old fat finger, when I was carrying my phone, changed the setting. So I changed it back and it worked. So I'm just doing this right quick to show you. This is what it turns out like. It is delicious. Now here it is, served up in a bowl. This is probably the prettiest soup I've ever made, and it is very good. And I've renamed it New Year's Day soup simply because everything in it reminds me of New Year's Day. And my daughter had a bowl when she came home from work, and she's like, I knew those ingredients sounded familiar. So what I did was I took all the solids out, weighed those, divided by 6, because 6 was really a good size serving. 8 was not going to be big enough. But I'm giving you the points for both. I'll throw them up on the screen here. because I left my paper in the other room. I'm just kind of flustered. If you can tell, I'm talking fast, but I'm trying to hurry. But I weighed the solids, divided it, and decided how much I wanted, because the broth is going to be 0, and I was not going to fool with, I didn't weigh my pot, and I didn't want to dump all that out. So it just seemed the easiest way for me. So there you have it. New Year's Day soup. It's delicious. You should give it a try.